Hey everybody. I want to make a video about a very simple but enlightening moment I had the other day. Um, I was sitting at a stoplight. I was in the front of the line, and I'm talking immediately after the light turned green. Like I hadn't even had a chance to take my foot and put it on the clutch yet. The person behind me was just laying on the horn, like really like aggressive. And I'm like, because I saw that the stoplight had turned, and I knew when it turned, I was like, that's just ridiculous. And, I was able to laugh it off. But then it struck me, what would have happened if I hadn't noticed the light had changed when it did? So let's say, I was glancing down at the radio, I hear the horn, then I look up. Oh shit, it's green. I fucked up. This person behind me is pissed. No, it wouldn't have ruined my day or anything, but it would have bothered me a little bit. I'm like, oh shit, I fucked up. It would have been that typical codependent guilt and shame of like, oh, I did something wrong. So the whole point of this is that it started to make me think a little bit deeper, and I was like, if you're not extremely mindful as a codependent, you can get in a lot of trouble, or make a lot of trouble for yourself. If I was going through my day-to-day life kind of like not being mindful, I would really allow other people to dictate a lot of my feelings and shame and guilt. So let me reiterate that because it maybe doesn't seem too clear. Being a codependent, when I mess up, it's a very hard situation, from obviously my parents and so on and so forth. But if I was a codependent, being a codependent, if I hadn't have been mindful at that moment, and knew that guy was just being a dick, it would have bothered me a lot, or would it would have definitely it would have altered my mood for a little while. But because I was being mindful, I knew that the light had literally just changed, and he was just being a cocksucker. So the point being here is, as a codependent, if you're not extremely mindful, you can really, really open the door to other people, fucking with you, really, or altering your mood. If you're not paying attention. I'm not saying that the guy did it on purpose or anything like that, but just the way that codependency works, we take a lot of stuff like that to heart. And if I had not been paying attention, I would have been, annoyed. For sure, I would have been very, very annoyed for at least, probably only would have been like 5 or 10 minutes. I would have been like, ah, what a fucking jackass. Still kind of think that. But because I was paying attention, I was able to laugh it off and not be worried about it. So, if you're codependent, you have to be very, very aware of all this stuff, because random obscure situations of just somebody else being a fucking moron can start to affect your internal well-being, per se. And I don't know if that explains it very well, but it was a very eye-opening experience for me. Just sit there and think, man, if I hadn't been paying attention, that would really, really got me going. Thankfully I was. But then it made me realize, how many other times have I not been paying attention and somebody's fired off at me and got me all hyped up when I had never done anything wrong? You know what I mean? I'm like so go on thinking that I've done something wrong that I'm not even realizing that this dumbass may not even know what the fuck he's talking about. You know what I mean? And it was very eye-opening to that whole, like, other people can seriously affect you, and they're, let's be honest, 80-90% of the time they're probably not even right. So something to think about, something kind of cool little thought pattern to me about how all that works. Let me know if that makes sense. I'm gonna rewatch this video because I don't feel like it made sense, but maybe it does. And my oven's going off, so I will go now.